Chapter 6. Moria sat reclined in their bathtub. She lathered her forearms soothingly with soap suds. Giancarlo stood alongside the tub watching her. "Well? What is it you want from me?" she'd asked him. "Can I get in and hold you?" She snarled, "What kind of a silly question is that?" He hesitated, then muttered, "Won't me holding you please you?" She told him, "Quit muttering. I hate it when you mutter. Why do you want to hold me?" He offered, "I just do." She searched underwater for the bar of soap. Holding it up for him to see, she said, "Get in. I'll scrub your back." He undressed. He hopped into the tub in front of her. From in back of him she asked, "Is there anything anyone does that suits you?" Changing the subject, Giancarlo asked, "How do you like the red slippers I bought you for your birthday?" She laughed to herself. She asked, "What am I supposed to say? You brought a pair of slippers for me and now I should wring out my heart like it's a wet rag soaked in pity for bummed out you who's still brooding over what had happened at the bank." He turned around to face her. He said, "I'll wash your back now." Silence. Looking him straight in the face she informed him, "I'm bailing out." Unable to believe his ears, "What do you mean bailing out?" he asked. She began climbing out of the tub. "I'm getting dressed for bed." He said, "What do you mean?" "Toweling off, fast," she told him, "What do you think I mean? I'm tired. Besides I have a headache. My dad said he thinks you're blind to yourself. He said if you weren't blind to yourself you still would be working at the bank." Dare he say anything at all with reference to her father? Yes, he did. He'd said, "When was Aldo flapping his gums?" Moria shot a crooked look at him. She said, "If I'm asleep by the time you come to bed don't wake me." A crushing sense of rejection rushed throughout Giancarlo's veins. Angry, nevertheless, he remained unable to acknowledge it. A helpless feeling blotted out his memory of Moria's small sneer when she'd taken her leave of the bath. Everything appealing about her good looks suddenly took on a kinky warp. Deep-seated emotional depression and sporadic chills engulfed him. He scarcely felt his heart beating as a compulsive rush of self-abasement caused his sense of isolation and self-disapproval, his self-image bent like a wax candle inside an oven. He climbed out of the tub slowly, dressed in pajamas and nightrobe, and walked barefooted into their daughter's bedroom to check that they were tucked in. Just as soon as his bare feet met the cold linoleum floor, however, the lingering scent of Moria's lilac talcum powder ravaged whatever vestiges he'd still owned of serendipity. He had a premonition of a picture poster of a circus clown whose face was Grinder O'Toole's. Had Grinder turned Moria's father against him? He looked out through the frosted window glass and saw snow falling silently, heavily where the neon light of a billboard advertised for the grocery store downstairs cast a pale blue swatch over the snowy rooftop. Dismissing his supposition concerning Grinder O'Toole, Giancarlo then told himself, "That skunk Grinder cost me my happy home." What a howl! In the kitchen he fired the burners on the gas range. Shivers ran up his spine. He drew closed the lapels of his nightrobe. He hugged himself with both of his arms. Emotionally drained, he swore to himself, "I can make up for this lie of lies that's become my life."